y'all. So I wanted to come in here today. I know we're all getting super excited and super ready for our program. And so I wanted to kind of come and share some of my tips, tricks, and how I navigate the nutrition plan as someone who cannot, does not, and will not hardly cook ever. And so when you look at the nutrition plan, it can kind of get a little overwhelming. There's containers, there's calculation, there's a whole list of foods that you can eat, and it's just a lot to take in at once, and you're like, where do I start? And so preferably me, I start with pen and paper. And so I start with, okay, I'm going to calculate, and I just kind of take it step by step, and so I don't get too overwhelmed. My biggest key to success with this, as someone who's dabbled in tons of different nutrition plans, and this one has really stuck with her, my key to success with it is keep it freaking simple. Like, keep it simple. Don't overcomplicate it. Don't stress yourself out, and really just utilize your materials and do what works for you. You don't have to try all these brand new recipes or use all the Fixate recipes. I use maybe 5 of them. Most of them are too complicated and I ruin them. And so I'm just telling you guys, you don't have to do that to lose weight. Me, I'm someone who cannot eat the same thing every single day. And so I pick 2 to 3 things a week that I'm going to eat and then interchange those. And then the next week I'll pick 2 or 3 other things that I can eat and interchange those. And that's how I found success. And so first you want to start with figuring out your bracket. And so what bracket you're in. And so me, I would figure it out, and I'll use 80 Day Obsession for instance. I was bracket D. And so for that, I would go and figure out how many containers I need. And so I would write all that down. And then on Sunday or Saturday, because I would go shopping, food prep on Sunday. So on Saturday, I would write down those brackets, write down the containers, and then I'll sit down and say, okay, so what am I going to eat? The one thing that has really changed everything, and I am not a tracker person, but I have actually stuck with this, believe it or not, is this. It is my Happy Planner, and it's a fitness planner. It's the mini version because I just stick it in my pocketbook while I go to the grocery store. I can fill all that stuff out, and I have it at my fingertips at all the times. And you can get this at Hobby Lobby, or you can get this at I think Amazon has them. The Happy Planner does have a website, or Carmichael's, or just Google it. I promise you'll find one. And so I will show you a sample of mine, and you can get fun little stickers. This is an insert I bought for my grocery list to keep it all in one place. That's my husband's grocery list, and this is mine. I'll start with that. I do not eat the same thing as my family. My husband eats like a 3-year-old. My 3-year-old eats like a 3-year-old. So they usually eat the same thing, and I eat something different. Is it hard? Yes, but it's totally doable as long as you have the willpower and you have it set in your mind. I'm going to succeed. It's non-negotiable. I'm going to succeed. So I'll cook them this crappy food, and I'm going to make myself this. I do most of my meal prep for my breakfast, lunch, and dinner on Sunday. And so during the week, I just have to cook for them. It helps me with my sanity. And I'm not really weird about leftovers. If you're weird about leftovers, cut, chop, all that stuff, Ziploc baggie it, and cook it that night. That'll make your life so much simpler. And so here we go. This is an example. Let me get you an example that doesn't really have stickers so you can see. Well, this one doesn't. Okay, so here you go, and you can see you've got your breakfast, you've got your lunch, you've got your snacks, 2 snacks, and you've got your dinner. So it's got a space for everything. And so what I do is on Saturdays, I sit down and I'm like, okay, I need these containers. What do I want to eat? I'm telling y'all, these first few weeks, keep it super duper simple. Don't overcomplicate it. Make yourself turkey burgers, or make yourself, scrambled eggs. Have your shake for your breakfast and nothing else. Just add some stuff into it. Make yourself, turkey sloppy joes, or something that you can keep simple so you don't overcomplicate it, get stressed out, and then end up at a fast food restaurant because you don't feel like cooking. And always keep healthy non-cooking options on hand. So I always keep deli meat on hand. I always keep, yogurts and stuff like that. So if I get home and I'm like, I do not feel like cooking, I'll just make some random crap that fits in my containers and eat that. And that way you're not going out and going through a drive-through or something like that. And so I will kind of go over how I figure things out. And so I will always start my day with my shake, and I would put that in there. Then I would have a snack. So if it's a red, I would have, some Greek yogurt and then some blueberries in it and some granola or something like that, something simple. Then you have lunch. And so my favorite all-time recipe on the Fix8, the one I've actually mastered and I can actually cook, is their turkey sloppy joes. So please, everybody, try that. It's so simple and so good. And I have that all the time. That's one I do not get sick of. And so, but simple like things like I have turkey burgers a lot, or I make myself tuna a lot, or fish, like grilled fish. I utilize my air fryer like it's going out of business. Make little potatoes. Make it super simple so you don't get stressed out. Okay, so that is my first thing. Go buy yourself a planner, or get a piece of paper or a notebook or something so you can write them down and plan your week out. You are going to be so much more successful if you plan your entire week out from the get-go so you don't have to worry day by day what you're going to eat. I know it takes time, but you know what? Weight loss takes time. This journey takes time. So do the hard things and make it easier on yourself so you have success in the long run. Okay, so say you can't cook, like worse than me. Bless your heart. Or you eat out a lot because you're on the go. You have business outside. I'm going to give you a few of my tips and tricks to do out to eat and stay successful. And so one of the big things is planning. I know you're like, oh my God, I have to plan everything. You do. Sorry, this isn't a spur of the thing. Success doesn't come with that because that's where impulse comes from. And so look at the menu ahead of time. Figure out what containers you need and figure out what you're going to do before you get to that restaurant, because no one wants to be that person at the restaurant that holds everybody up because you're trying to do calculations or trying to figure out what containers, or you're really eyeing the cheeseburger over here, but you know you need to be looking over here at the grilled fish. Don't do that to yourself. You know you're going to go out, figure out the place, look at the menu, have what you're going to eat beforehand. Don't even touch the menu, because if you touch it, you're going to look at it, and that's going to end up very bad. Trust me, been there, done that. So look at the menu. I always go towards the grilled fish or the turkey burgers or chicken. Sometimes I do sirloins because sirloins are super lean cuts of meat, and pair it with a baked potato or a sweet potato or lots of steamed veggies. Always order no butter on the veggies. They always put butter on them. Don't know why, but they do, or oil or something like that. And you can't calculate that with teaspoons and stuff. And you don't want to waste your teaspoons on that. So I always ask for them not to cook in the oil or the butter. And so those are some big tips. Skip dessert, order lots of water, and you'll get there. Like, a lot of people put too much thought into the meal plan, I think, and not enough into just enjoying the journey. Failing forward, as I always say, so figure out what works for you. This works for me, but it might not work for you. You've got to figure out, maybe you're a tracker person. The 21 Day Fix app, even if you're not doing the 21 Day Fix nutrition plan, it has where you can figure containers and mark them off and stuff like that. Utilize that. Utilize notes on your phone. So just put them in notes on your phone, or there's nutrition apps where you can load all your food. And that makes it super simple for you. And so I just don't want you to overthink it. But planning your entire week ahead of time will, one, make sure you get all of your containers in. And then two, will make sure that you kind of stay course. It's not always going to go 100%. Some days are going to go better than others, but at least you have a plan. You're not going in like the blonde leading the blonde. So those are a few of my great tips. Another one, get a water tracking app. Just do it. I know we all don't want to drink water, but you got to. Gallon a day keeps the doctor away. And I just made that up, so it's probably not true, but track your water. My Happy Planner, if you can see this, does track my water. So I just kind of highlight it. Track your water, track your water, track your water. Okay, so I hope this was helpful. If you have any questions about the nutrition plans or how to kind of navigate through the overwhelming amount of information, message me or message your upline and we will help you through this. I know you've got this, one day at a time, one meal at a time. Don't overthink it. Bye.